So yeah, now that we've cleared the memory though, definitely things look much better now. And the photo train actually looks more crisp and clear too. Let's take a look at the photo scenery. And actually, they actually have a pretty big coverage area, huh? I'm trying to find out where they stop. Here it is, because it almost blends perfectly, but not quite with FTX Global. So you can see where it comes around here. There's some slight difference in the color variation. But flying into the airport, flying in on the approach, I don't think we really noticed flying into a scenery area. It seemed to blend in seamlessly, especially from the virtual cockpit, so that's a good thing. So good point there, Andre. It was worth clearing out the memory so we can see it. So yes, it definitely looks a lot better. You can see now that it is really mostly photoreal, but those shadows I would have probably cleaned out and painted in the roads. But yes, it certainly looks much better now. Oh, it's a lot of trees. So you still get to see some of that blue, which was from the trees there and the shadows. So still could be a little bit better, but still not bad. And coming around here, we were taking a look at some of the industrial areas that were added. So if I were to rate this product on a scale of 1 to 10, I'd give it a 9.5. I usually don't rate products that way, but I would give it a 9.5, meaning it's almost perfect. And even in these areas, you know, this looks actually very good. You can see the parking lots, the rows done quite nice. It's really just the area in front of the main terminal and the parking lot in front of the main terminal that could have been done a little bit better. Everything else actually looks perfect though, and nothing else negative to say. And as far as that goes, I think that's a very good thing. I really don't have much negative to say about the airport. Just that one little bit. Everything else looks very well done. I like these industrial buildings that they put in. They look very nice. Even the signage too. Let me see if I can zoom in on that a little bit. And Cap Gim says he just bought the scenery. What do you say? ADX is killing me. Before I didn't know about new releases and I kept money in the bank. Now I buy too much. Just bought it. Well, I'm sure you're going to be happy with it, so that's the good thing. Supporting our developers obviously is also even better, and really that's what all the work is about. It's about supporting the developers, wanting to encourage them and keep them working, and obviously you know, helping you guys out as well. I mean, the thing is I don't want anyone to have to go on a pirate website. I mean, I know people, they go on them and they download products because they want to know what they're spending their money on. A lot of us, including me, I've lost a lot of money in this hobby to developers who have released junk, and it looked good on the product page, and I relied on the product page. The screenshots were doctored up to look good. The feature lists look great, and then I go in and buy it and realize it's a piece of junk. And so, you know, then, you know, it's like naturally we gravitate to either just not trusting developers anymore and only sticking with those developers that we trust. This is a clinic, right? Or we don't give new developers a chance because we just don't know what we're going to get. So, you know, that's why I've really taken to trying to do these live streams so that you can just see it in real time and really get an idea to see what you're going to get. That way you don't have to go on a pirate website, and not only that, but you wind up giving new developers a chance too. Astropool. That's very nice architecture there. Some environmental reflection too. Looking good, looking good. That's not really a pool though, is it? This is a company, right? So yeah, I really like the what would you call this? The industrial complex here. Republic Technologies. And nice trucks too. So definitely a lot of effort in there too. So it looks very good. Just zooming out there so you can see the contrast once you get back onto OpenLC. And I think it's time to take a look at the night lighting. And I'll take another look at comments in just a second. EAS Industries. They put a brand spanking new looking hanger here too, didn't they? Got some tow bars there. Looking very good. I really like their their static models. Their static models look really good and they're painted well too. I've never heard of Tajik Air, but I like the colors of the plane, and I don't know, I like the way the colors of the static plane here sort of contrast with the red of the hangar and the orange kind of color of the terminal building. I kind of like that. It looks very nice. So a nice static model there. So as far as the quality of the textures of the buildings, qualities of textures of the grounds, everything is 10-10, perfect, beautiful. So again, there's a lot that's going to be coming from Dreamflight in the very near future. So I encourage you to start looking into these guys. A lot of their products coming though are going to be, I think Central America is where some of their newer airports come along, and as they get released, I'll be doing live streams as well. But on a quality standpoint, I don't think anyone would disagree. The quality here is magnificent. Very, very well done. And now I think is a good time to switch to night lighting. So as we do that, I'm going to take a look at some comments here. Actually, I need a drink of water. I've been running my mouth for a little too long. So give me 1 second. Okay, take a look at some quick comments. Jarzynski says it's a shame they didn't model some more planes that they scrap at the airport. You guys really like those statics, huh? And Jarzynski says those hangars are usually packed unless it's down. Yeah. Let's see what else. Oh, Andre wants to see those waves. Okay, we'll take a look at the waves real quick. Cap Gimp says cheap and good. I like developers who do this. More people will buy it rather than bay it. Oh, I see. I get the quip there. The pun intended. Andre says sorry for repeating the OOM and blurry texture so much. You spoke for 20 minutes straight without looking at comments. I know. I gotta make a point to look over. At any point during that 20 minutes, the stream could have just cut off and I wouldn't have known it. Corsair says turn off the HDR. There is no HDR turned on, and I think you saw that with the settings that I just showed. Obviously everything looks a lot better, which of course you guys are saying. Anything else? Oh, and then Pilotman21 says I'll keep watching till he shows the night lighting. If it looks good, I'll buy it for sure. Okay, well, we're gonna get onto the night lighting right now. And then before we go to night lighting, I talked about the rough waves of the water. So I'm going to show you guys that real quick. We're going to go over to the coast real quick and so you guys can see that, since it's not far away. I'm just going to slew over to the water so you guys can see what that looks like. And then we're going to go to the night textures. Let me clear this out real quick. So as you can see, oh wow, the bathroom is still on. I thought I turned it off. I could have sworn I turned that off. I thought I unchecked it, but it seems like it's still checked. I don't know, I thought I turned that off. So you can see now there's really no wind, so the waves are pretty steady. And then we're going to turn up the wind a little bit. Let's go to display. Actually, let me see. Make sure you guys are looking at the right thing. You guys are still looking at window mode. Sorry about that. You guys should be here. So you guys probably didn't see the texture resolution very clear. Sorry about that. Okay, let's go to display. Actually, that's weather, isn't it? Customize. And we're going to change the wind up to 16 knots. And now you see a little bit more difference, hopefully. Let's go to full screen here. So now with a 16 knot wind, you can see some slightly higher waves. The bathyme's on, so you can see kind of underneath the ocean too there a little bit. So that's with a 16 knot wind. And now we're going to turn up the wind a little bit more. Let's see, weather. Now we're going to go up to, that's moderate. Now we're going to heavy. This is 24 knots. Here comes 24 knots. So now you can see the waves are getting much bigger now at 24 knots. Woo! So now you can see that's a very active looking ocean there. So that's a 24 knot wind. And you don't get this in FSX, I don't think. Okay, now we're going to go to heavy. So now here comes the big stuff. Okay, weather. Now this is where it's really going to hit. Now we're going to severe. This is a 36 knot wind, guys. Here we go. Actually, it was heavier yesterday. This is actually not so heavy. Yesterday, it was actually much heavier than this. This is actually not so heavy than what we saw in yesterday's stream. It looks it's still looking a little bit more moderate. Yesterday, I mean, those waves were clashing hard. Not so much here, though. Interesting. I mean, the waves were huge. I had never seen waves like that before. But not really seeing it that much now. No, the waves in yesterday's stream were much heavier than that. I'm almost tempted to just show that stream, but but anyway, you guys will see it in that stream tomorrow. Those heavy waves, they were huge. They were like going up almost over the doggone cruise ships. That's just how heavy they were. But anyway, if you look at it at a higher elevation, now you can see, you know, now the water looks more animated. So anyway, that's some of the waves. But anyway, wow, yeah, it's not as big as before. Yesterday it was much bigger than this. So anyway, that's another P3D feature. Those sort of waves. I did turn the bathyme off, but for some reason it seems to have turned itself back on, which is weird. Scenery, bathyme off. Okay, now it's off. I could have sworn I had clicked it off, but then it came back on. Okay, so now it's off. So now you don't see underneath the water anymore. So anyway, that's some of the waves. But yesterday it was like 10 times higher than that. I don't know why I can't get it that high again this time. I mean, it was like almost scary. Those waves are so high. I don't know. That's weird. Let me change the weather maybe. Let me take a quick look at the weather. Like a thunderstorm maybe. Let me see. No, still not that much of a difference. No, I'm not really seeing that much of a difference. Yeah, yesterday it was much higher. I don't know why it's not so much higher now, but anyway. So anyway, those are the P3D wave animations. Okay, let me turn off the rain because that's going to get annoying after a minute. We just don't want any precipitation. Okay, there we go. All right, let's head back over to the airport. Let's take a look at the night lighting. If I can find it again. I know we just went right offshore. There it is, straight ahead. And let's give the scenery a minute to load. Okay, there we go. So let's take a look at that night lighting now. Any quick comments? Let's see. Oh, Andre says it gets bigger as you get closer to the shore. Is that what it is? Maybe that was because I was close to the shore, huh? In yesterday's stream. Let me go back out there real quick and take a look. Maybe it is bigger closer to the shore, you think? Let me see. No, not really. Let's go on to the beach here. Oops. No, not so much. Yesterday's waves were huge. I mean, they were like almost as high as these doggone trees. I don't know how. I don't think I can get it to do that again. I don't know why it even did it like that before anyway, but it was huge. Anyway, okay. All right, night lighting time. No more distractions. Where's the terminal? All right, it's time. Let's take a look at the night lights. Here we go. I'm just going to use the time preview function. If it gives me any issues, then I'll just have to change the time. Let's see. Yeah, you guys are waiting for the night shots, I know. Here we go. Okay, night lights. Here we go. So now we can see the overhead lights have turned on now. And there we go. Let there be light. Let's try to go to dusk a little bit just so we can kind of see. Pan around here. Oops. So yeah, night lighting looks really good. And let's take a little bit, take a look at the apron, so you can see where there is some light splash on the apron areas. And let's take a look at the parking lot. Come around this way a little bit. Looks very nice. Obviously, I don't think our static airplanes over there are going to be lit up. Yeah, they're just parked. Let's come back over this way. Gumbo's here. How's it going, Gumbo? So, any thoughts on the night lighting so far, guys? Whoa, is that a Coronado AI traffic right there? That is a Coronado, isn't it? Oh, it is. Look at that. I didn't know the Coronados were used as AI. Look at that. No wonder I can run out of memory. That's a Coronado airplane as AI. Holy crap. And you can tell it's Coronado too because you can look at his face. Everyone knows what their pilots look like, right? Hang on a second. I want to see his face. I want to know that this is Coronado. Pause. Hang on. Let me look at his face. Oh, yeah. That's definitely Coronado. Look at that. Yeah, no wonder I can run out of memory. I got Coronado AI traffic here. Nice. Alright, let's take a look at some of the hangars and the night lighting. I didn't know the Coronado planes were AI traffic too. That's crazy. That's pretty cool. And nice lighting on the Pyrenees hangar. Did they light up the vending machines? Yeah, it looks like it, huh? Alright, let's see. I think I'm going to go to just pure pitch black night lighting now and see what that looks like. Alright, let's just go to straight nighttime. There we go. Let's move that out of the way. Got the floating lights from, looks like that's part of FTX, huh? So there's the clinic, all nice and lit up. Even the signage is lit up. That's nice. Medical center here. And the Astro Pool. I'm very impressed with this scenery. They've done a tremendous job. So we looked at Martinique last night, and I actually pointed out a number of errors there that need to be fixed. Here, though, I only pointed out one area that's not really even an error. It's just, I guess you could call it a visual aspect that could be improved a little bit, and that's just the parking lot and arrivals, departures, part of the landside, part of the airport could be improved a little bit. Other than that, though, I think this airport is just, it's gorgeous. So it's really got me really looking forward to more work from this team. And hopefully you guys are going to go out and buy it. I certainly hope so. Hopefully the stream was helpful for you. I think I spent a couple of hours doing it, huh? Oh, we need to look at the runway lighting, don't we? Let's take a look at that. Taxiway lighting too, huh? I need to find the taxiway lights here. Okay, there we go. Oops, stop moving. Let's see, we've got some nice edge lighting, and do we have center lights too? Let's see. Okay, so that's the edge light. And here is the center light. So yeah, we've got some center lights. Looks like they could be a little bit brighter, the center lights, huh? But then again, I have a window behind me, so I have a glare on my screen, so I'm just not seeing it very bright. So it could be just me. But we do have some edge lighting there and center lighting too. No center lighting on the runway. And don't look like we have any lead-in edge lights or lead-in lights either, chase lights or anything like that. What is it? That's morning, huh? Let's go back to afternoon. Evening. Ah! Evening. There we go. Just so we can see the lights a little bit clearer. So yeah, the lights, the the center lights do go on all the way through the taxiway center line. That's cool. Poppies are lit. Let's see if we can get those poppies to change colors here. Yeah, there we go. And nice fencing too. Well done on the fencing. So that is pretty much it. If anyone has any questions, otherwise, well done. Now I think someone said if they like the night lighting, they were going to go out and buy it. So let's see. Can we get an answer to that question? Meanwhile, let me just browse through the rest of the comments. I almost knocked my water over. Let's see. So that was Pilot Man 21 who said, I'm going to keep watching till he shows a night lighting. If it looks good, I'll buy it for sure. So Pilot Man, I certainly hope it looked good. Are you going to get it? Let's get see if we can get a reply on that. And Andre says, don't get me wrong, we like that you talk a lot. It's great. Okay. But it's just frustrating not having a way to let you know about the memory textures. Well, you know, I've actually tried to get other people to come on and do some of these streams with me. That way, it's just not my mouth you guys are hearing in my comments. So, I mean, if any of you are interested in coming on and doing a live stream alongside, you're more than welcome. We can do a Skype or a TeamSpeak or something like that. You guys are welcome to come on. I mean, it's good to hear multiple opinions, and by all means, somebody argue with me, you know. So if any of you guys are interested in coming on and doing a stream and just, you know, stating some of your own opinions, you're more than welcome to. Just shoot me an email. I'd be happy to have you on. Let's see. And Pratt PT6 says, I think developers should have a try before you buy option. That's true. I agree with that too. A number of developers do and a number of developers do not. So that's why I try to come in and help as much as I can. Let's see. Anything else? Let's see. So Cap Gimp says it's very nice. And Corsair says very good scenery to be a new developer and good price. I agree. And Cap Gimp says dominoes and ADX. What does that mean? Playing dominoes? I love dominoes. You guys wouldn't want to play a game of dominoes with me though, because I get crazy. I start slamming. I have to play dominoes on glass so I can slam them down really hard. All right, so there you have it. If there's any other questions, anything that I didn't manage to show off about the scene or anything, now would be a good time to ask me, just in case, before we sign off. I love that effect, just being able to change the time preview in real time. I think is just such a cool feature. The way everything lights up. That's pretty awesome. All right. So I guess that's it. Let's see. Oh, Cap Gimp asks, does it actually advertise as P3D or just FSX? Well, let's take a look, shall we? That's because you raise a good question. Oops, what happened? Oh, there we go. Let's find out. Let's see. Well, it says FSX here. So, obviously, we are using the scenery in Prepared V2.4. requirements. It actually just says FSX SB2 acceleration. So no, it actually does not mention anything about P3D, unfortunately. So yeah. volumetric grass, 3D texture lights, ramp lights, 3D effect, realistic ground layout, detailed airport objects, mini static aircraft night environment, custom taxiway signs with realistic night texture, GSX compatible. Ooh, let's pull up that GSX, shall we? Probably won't work though, knowing my luck. But yeah. And hey, check it out. Oh wait, is this all time? It looks like they're at top of the list here. Marseille, Genesoft. Oh, I see. These airports within France. I see. Cool. So that's it, guys. By the way, if you haven't checked it out yet, be sure to come in and take a look at the global airports map. It is growing and growing and growing. So everything that you would ever want to fly to, you know, like where is this? This is Orbix Port Lincoln. Actually, this should have a picture. There's no picture there. Tasmania. Some of these have pictures, some don't. I have to go in and add some. There's Canberra. Some of these don't have pictures. Jandakot. So, I mean, if there's just places anywhere in the world where you're wondering, is there a good airport? Here we are in China. Jeju, South Korea. Overland Incheon. So, I mean, still a long way to go. There's 3 in Japan here. This is the wing creation stuff. Fukushima, Narita, Chubu, and then of course you head over to the U.S. And then you have a lot of the Orbix stuff here. Fairbanks. So you know, we're working on expanding this map. A lot of stuff going on in the Caribbean, obviously. So it's growing, and for those that are pitching in and helping out, much appreciated. I think Gombo's watching. Gombo, you should have gotten your invite already for it. So continuing to expand this map. So still got quite a ways to go, but it is coming along fairly quickly. And then of course today's airport here is Perpignan, and we actually departed from, where's the airport that we flew in from today? It should be up in here somewhere. I think Annecy. There it is. And that's where we took off from. So it's growing. So be sure that, hey, whenever if you're looking for any new products, any new airports, and want to know if it's covered, you know, we're busy adding to it, or if you just want to decide how to plan your flight plan for the day, you know, the list is growing and growing and growing. So be sure to check that stuff out. So anyway, that is that. I don't think there's any more comments about the scenery. Let's see. And Cap is asking, did I use a migration tool? Yeah, the migration tool by default is just always automatically on. So whenever I download something new, the migration tool just automatically dumps it in P3D for me. But as you can see, we ran the scenery in P3D today, and everything seems to work just fine. So if you're using the migration tool, you should be able to enjoy it. It's obviously in the product page it says FSX, but it'll work just as fine in P3D as well. So shouldn't have any issues there. Xavier from Motion for Simulators, haven't heard from you guys in a long time. Hope you guys are doing well. And yeah, what Xavier's pointing out, to increase those waves is to adjust the wind, which is exactly what we did. We saw them pick up a little bit, but not as much as yesterday's stream. So yesterday's stream, those waves were incredibly huge. So again, Corsair, you want to know where to get the map? The map is on our website. I don't know if you haven't heard of our website, but the stream you're watching today is a part of our website. So airdailyx.net. So that's where you want to go. We have a lot of everything you want is here. Reviews, news, daily news, everything. And all you have to do is just go to our page with our airports map, and you can pull up all that information. So the map is for AirDailyX readers, so it is located directly on our AirDailyX website. So just be sure to check that out. So if you haven't heard of it, I imagine some people have not heard of the website yet. It's called airdailyx.net, and it's everything you need regarding flight simulation. So be sure to check that out. All right. So that should be about it. Let's see. Yeah, see, Xavier, yeah, you said that the waves are big by TNCM. In fact, let me just go really quickly where I was yesterday and see if the waves are bigger. Maybe it actually has something to do with where you are in the world that determines how big those waves are. That's what I'm actually thinking. So, for example, if we go back to... Oops, wrong button. If we go back to... what airport was that? Just before we sign out here, because I really want you guys to see those crazy waves that we saw yesterday. Is it this? I think it's this one. It was Mike Hotel Romeo Oscar. Actually, I should turn off the time preview. Maybe it has something to do with where you are in the world that'll determine the size of those waves too, because Xavier, as you were pointing out, you were near Princess Juliana over in the Caribbean. Maybe the waves are higher in the Caribbean. And Mike, you point out as well, maybe it has something to do with how deep the water is too. And I think you might be right, because I think the water off the coast of southern France is much shallower than a lot of the Caribbean. We're going to find out really quickly. Yeah, see, that's what Camp Gip is noticing. The waves yesterday were crazy. Oh yeah, see, there you go. You see that? All right, hang on. Let me just apply that, and let's go back to the simulator real quick. Oh, sorry, I think you guys got a black screen. Hang on a second. Okay, there we go. Yeah, you're right. The waves are higher here. So it actually has something to do with where you are in the world, doesn't it? Yeah, I think you're right. The waves here are much higher. Let me actually zoom out. Yeah, the waves I think are higher here. But you know what though? They're not as high as they were yesterday, because yesterday the waves were actually like almost coming in over this yacht. Let me just check the wind settings one more time. Let's see, options, weather, where's weather? Weather. Oh, severe. Okay, here we go. We're going to go to severe now. Let's see, now it should be really big. So it has something to do with where you are in the world. These are the waves that we saw yesterday. Whoa, that's big. In fact, hang on, let me turn the Bather Me back on a little bit too. Display, lighting, oh, scenery, Bather Me. There we go. Look how big that freaking wave is about to slam against the ship here. Boosh! Yeah, this is what we saw. So, Xavier, yeah, I guess as it turns out, it has something to do with where you are in the world. This is what I was trying to show you guys earlier, these big crazy waves. It doesn't do that in France, and I think you're right. I think it has to do with how deep the water is. The water is much deeper here. It's way deeper. Yeah, you're right. The water here is much deeper. Yep, it has something to do with the depth of the water. You're right. It definitely has something to do with the water. That's true. Yep. So, yeah, those were the waves I was trying to show you guys earlier. That was like, wow, that is just freaky. You know, because I've never seen waves like that. And so yesterday, and you can see it washing over these boats. So yesterday what we did was I pulled out the little Cessna floating plane, and the waves were just going right over the plane. Like, I mean, there was no chance. The little thing didn't have a chance. So I think what I would like to see the Lockheed Martin team try to code in the future is a way to, I mean, I know for static stuff, static aircraft are not gonna like rotate, you know, in the wind like that. And you can see where Latin VFR had to put this little platform here to hold the waves from, I guess, crashing in like that. So I guess he had to do it that way because this is part of the photo reel here. This is Latin VFR's airport, by the way, that we previewed yesterday. But one of the things that, you know, would be nice, I know the static boats won't, but at least for static air or user aircraft and user boats, if they could actually flow on top of these waves, because currently they don't. The waves are so high that they wash over. But if you go back to like moderate, then it will still flow, but at a certain point the waves just get too high and they just crash right over it. So but it would be interesting to see that, because these waves are no joke. So I'm going to be putting up later on today yesterday's archive. Hopefully it's still there, and so that you can see this airport by Latin VFR. And one of the things I pointed out was that I think this is the best work they've ever done. I mean, you look at the quality of the ramp textures, the cracks in the ground, the quality of the ground work, you know, the terminal textures has got cracks in it. I mean, they really did a great job. And then when it comes to the parking lot, this is what I'm talking about. This is what I kept saying. I kept ripping Latin VFR apart for doing lazy parking lots. This time they actually went in, they put in cracks, nice textures, they put in all the parking signs. So I mean, it's amazing, because when you look at it like this, you really see how much of a difference it makes. So it makes a huge difference. So, and they went in and they did this entire island, which stretches out pretty doggone far. So if you missed it last night, this was last night's stream. If you missed it, I will have it archived and ready for you to watch in an hour or so you guys can check that out. So this is a great product and a lot of fun. So anyway, there's those crazy waves that we didn't get to see. So yeah, it depends on the depth of the water, and the water here is pretty deep. So there you go. So another P3D feature. Okay, we're going to go to the last set of comments, and it is time to sign off. Speedbird showed up pretty late in the broadcast. Speedbird, actually today we were showing off Perpignan, which is the first scenery released by Dream Flight Studios. We took off from Annecy in near the Alps region, and we flew in with Lionheart's Learjet. So we're pushing, I think, 2.5 hours on the stream. So we're now getting ready to wrap up. But if you stick around, I'll make sure I have it highlighted on Twitch for you, so you guys can go back and watch it. And Horizon showed up a little bit late too. And yes, this is Prepare 2.4. Horizon's asking, how is it? It's great. It's lovely. So far, I only found one incompatibility, and that was with the product that has nothing to do with flying, and that's a scenery placement tool that I use. So anyway, Cap is asking, does it have a tsunami mode? No, I think this is as big as it gets. I mean, if you notice, the waves do not wash up on shore, so there's no tsunami or anything like that. When you get to the shore, it looks a little off, but you can see here the waves do not come on shore. So it depends on how each developer codes their product, but no, you're not going to have any issues with waves on shore. But if you have, you know, stuff like, you know, static ships and boats out there, they can get drowned in waves, just like this poor little boat here. So depending on where you are. Anyway, anything else? And the bathymetry does not need to be on. I just like to turn it on, because if you don't have the bathymetry on, I mean, if you're going to have waves this high, you're just going to see white. You're not going to actually see underneath the water. So it just looks more realistic to turn the bathymetry on, so that when the water rushes overhead, you can actually see the bottoms of your boats, and you can see the water rushing over like that, which makes it look more realistic. If you don't turn the bathymetry on, then what you wind up seeing is just white instead of this blue sort of underwater hue color that you see here. So that's why we kind of do it that way. So there you go. It would be cool to see the boat kind of rocking in the water, though. I think that would have been nice, but no, a big deal. Okay, anything else? Nope, you can turn on the bathymetry. Cap is asking, do you only need it on for using a submarine? Nope, you can use it whenever you want. Okay. And okay, so I guess that's it. So hopefully it was another exciting stream. Go out and buy Dreamfight Perpignan. It's a terrific scenery, great work, and I'm really looking forward to what else these guys are going to deliver before the end of the year. I think they've got at least two to three more products up their sleeve that they're going to deliver in time for Santa Claus to come down the chimney. So should be some good stuff coming along. The next stream will probably be on Saturday. I'm trying to line up some live interviews and stuff, so bear with me on that. And then of course stay tuned. I'm working on getting a YouTube channel up to archive these Twitch streams, because they keep changing their rules, and now they're not going to keep the videos up for too much longer. So I've got to start archiving this stuff on YouTube. I wanted to put them up on Vimeo But Vimeo is so funny, the way they have their rules and stuff set up. I was like, I'm paying for it, but yet I can only upload so much per week. So I don't know if I'm going to stick with that Vimeo or not. I'm still thinking about that. But at least with Twitch, there's an automatic upload straight to your YouTube account, so I don't really have to do much work of downloading and stuff. So that stuff will be coming soon, so that way we don't lose these broadcasts and all that good stuff. So other than that, I'm going to go ahead and sign off. Again, thanks for everyone for showing up. Speedbird, sorry you showed up a little bit late, but like I said, I will make sure to have this stuff archived for you so that you can take a look at the stuff, whatever you missed. Give me about 15 minutes and I'll make sure I have this stuff available. So everyone, enjoy the rest of your week. Today is Thursday, so tomorrow's Friday, so the week is coming to a close. So enjoy the rest of your week. Have a great weekend, and as always, more news at airdailyx.net. Take care.